Oh, this seems like a poor idea. What is with the exposure on the shadows? Looks really odd. Okay, is there anything new opening up down here? Fuck. I hear the squealing getting a little more intense now. God, I really get a bad feeling going down this little corridor here. What if it's just patrolling around? That would be nightmarish. Yeah, and every new noise is just further putting the nail in that coffin. I remember that door. Okay, so that's... Is that the same bloodstain from before? Damn it. Let me in. Let me out. Let me do something. Okay. So I have some backtracking to do. I think I at least know where I'm going. Yeah, I appear to be pretty safe. Looks can be deceiving. Let's see, I think it's just through here, right? Let's see. What else can I do? What else? Doubt this. Can I do anything if I raise this again? I'll give it a try. I mean, I don't think it can hurt now that I have another way across to that area anyway. Might form some kind of a bridge. I don't know yet. Why did I need a shortcut back here? That's the question that I'm wondering about. Really not liking some of these noises I'm hearing. Okay, can't go down there. Can I? Is that open now? No. Yeah, there's still nothing I can do down here. Let's see, what about... Actually, this looks brand new.
Follow us, Papa. We know the way.
Thanks, Ghost Child, for confirming that this is a brand new path and this is the right way. Yeah, let me just go and lower that lantern. Man, I don't like the looks of this room at all. Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to get up there.
Hold still, for God's sake, hold still, child. Don't let it get into your eyes. I'm gonna rinse it out now. There. It will be fine. You just need to lie down. Enoch, look to your brother. How many times have I told you not to play in the cellar?
Why do I instinctively crouch? I guess it's because I'm afraid of making noise, and I think that video games have kind of internalized that habit into me. Crouch to make less noise. Yeah, it seems like a solid explanation for why I do what I do. This is how I get around that gate being locked. Or I mean up and locked. Let's see, dead mice.
I told you he'd come.
I think I'm gonna ignore what looks like a big vault door for now and head to the other end of the hall after this.
Extraordinary. Quite extraordinary. And you built it all. Good God, man. You have been busy.
It is wonderful how tragedy focuses the mind. What else was I to do? Fall into grief, pine and fade in my hopelessness? Why not then simply die in that jungle amongst those dead temples?
Yeah, and through the Aztec design of the masks and the references to Montezuma and the fact that I saw what looked to be some kind of Aztec pyramid back in the room where we found the first one of these. It does look like our main character Ozzy was on some kind of expedition in Mexico. I can't do anything at the end of this hall. Oh well. Yeah. Expedition gone horribly wrong in Mexico. Also, that note made another reference to the Aztec Empire. Montezuma was an Aztec emperor who was killed when Cortez's men came to Mexico during the conquest of Mexico, during the Spanish conquest. And there's an old legend about some enormous cache of Montezuma's treasure. That legend, by the way, is also the basis for the plot of the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Remember whose treasure the gold was? It was Cortez's, and by that account, by the movie's account, the Aztecs offered it to Cortez to sate him and stop him from slaughtering them. But Cortez was greedy, and this gold, and the gods cursed the gold. And this whole setup kind of makes me think of the bathysphere from Bioshock 1. What am I supposed to be doing here? This won't turn anymore. Can't flip this lever anymore. Can I turn this now? Oh, I can. Process of elimination prevails again. Now, how do I get out? Can I throw this again? Yep. That lowered it. Now we can move on. First, before we do that... Oh, that's not the way forward anyway. So what do we have in here? Kind of a generic looking room. Okay, that's point of no return. So best to check out the chair glitches and see if there's any notes in the drawers. There's almost always one, I've noticed. None in there. So bottom one's the charm. Keep 50 Shades of Grey in there. Maybe a little bit. Surprised there's no note around here. Really surprised. The collar, the neck, the noose. 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of water, a pinch of salt, a handful of mince, a bay leaf, a herb, a skeleton key for the nursery, and a mixing will go together. I'm not entirely sure how to make sense of that. Skeleton key for the nursery, and a mixing will go together. Sounds kind of like some folk recipe / poem? I don't know. A mixing will go together. Kind of has that folksy vibe to it. Still no chair glitches down here. Disappointed. That loud, high-pitched phone noise just kind of cuts through the tension. It does startle me every time I hear it, though.
I have such visions to share with thee. If my jaw be unshackled and you harvest the crust from my eyes, make me clean, madness, that my thoughts and words can unfouled be.
Ew. Harvest the crust from my eyes. That's gross. You're gross, man. You're gross. Stop being so gross. Anything out here? Nah, just a vase. Oh, keep it in the air. Keep going. Damn it. Ooh! Oh, shit. That was my phone. I thought that was off. Okay, now that spooky ghost phone is set to spooky vibrate. Let's get back on the road with this. Shit. Forgot what I'm looking for here. Okay, moving ahead, because I think that I've been thorough in here. What's all this about? I hear... sounds like Gregorian chanting. But then, what if they could stand upright and walk as men? What if the brute were harnessed thus? Would they sing? Would they find their own god? I've seen these things, and I will tell you now, no. No, they will not. But they will happily accept fealty to a god thrust upon them, and worship it thus given. In this, I realized, they are no different to the masses. They are much the same as us. Once this irrevocable threshold is passed, I understand that we too are shackled and must be set free. To free the man, we cut the man. In order to cross that great evolutionary line, it must first be painted upon the ground. That really sounds like the homunculi digging the alchemy symbol underneath the city in Brotherhood. Man, what is this referring to, though? And who wrote this one? What if they could stand upright and walk as men? It sounds like the author of the note that we found in one of the hidden hallways behind the bathroom, I think, was the real kind of terse clinical note. The, what was it? Something defective note. Where it was kind of, it sounded like it was describing a living organism as like a piece of machinery. Which, machine for pigs. The hell is that noise? I heard clicking. I hear clicking. Not gonna critique that painting, at least not yet. I have some ideas about that one. Erotic ideas, ha ha ha. Let's see, is there anything in these? That note seemed to just come out of nowhere. Was I supposed to find this one first? Let's find out. In America, they talk of building their cities to the skies. To me, this seems folly. But perhaps it is simply a case of a nation founded without a history of its own. We walk upon our histories. They're compacted into the very loam beneath our feet. The engineers we employed talked of this. They talked of how when building the underground trains, they would often come across older tunnels crisscrossing the capital. What palaces lie buried beneath us? We are digging, excavating, and reappropriating what we find. At the center of the planet, my architects tell me, there is a great iron ball. It is the egg of the world. This is the third time we've heard reference to an egg, and it seems to be in a completely different context to the last two times. So the first one was the kids talking about, was it the stone egg, or was that the second reference? It mentioned some gigantic stone egg. Another two-way mirror. Really makes me question what is watching us now. Because you know there's something watching us. Looks like a ghost glass. Yeah, it's like a completely transparent glass. Not completely, otherwise we wouldn't see it, but still. Yeah, because that also raises another question. What the hell was Ozzy doing with all these two-way mirrors? Because this is his mansion. Really hope that we get some good payoffs for these questions and not just more questions heaped upon them like J.J. Abrams and Damon Lindelof mystery box style. Damn, I can't talk today. So let me do some talking over this note. October 11th, 1899. We integrate the very latest knowledge of chemistry using low levels of laudanum derivative in feed to subdue the product even before the initiation of the process. This means that when we drag them from the holding pens onto the line, they are less likely to panic and damage machine components, other products, or themselves. This section of the belt is sheathed in rubber and kept well lit to maintain good spirits, and we have actually found that the intelligent placement of gramophones and simple acoustic amplification tubes around the line means we can use music to further soothe the product. We find Debussy particularly effective in this regard. Again, very clinical way of referring to what I believe are pigs, livestock. Using music to soothe the product. What a creepy way of putting it. Warning, fueling pumps. Volatile chemicals are in use. These materials are highly corrosive. Wear protection. Yes, wear protection so all the chemicals don't make you pregnant. Actually, probably not too far off, so all the chemicals don't make you sterile. Oh, I don't like the looks. What? Okay, that appears to be a dead pig carcass. A little redundant. Yeah, all these doors are jammed. I can interact with it? Oh, I don't know if that's creepy or really goofy. It's walking that line. Wait a minute, I can hold R down and then rotate it, right? Look me in the eye, babe. Oh no, it won't stop spinning. I have to stop. I wonder if it will go through the wall. Oh god, this is too much. This has gone from creepy to too funny. Oh, and I can't... Oh god, that sloshing, wet sound of it thumping on the ground. Ugh, it's gross. Yeah, I was right about them being pig carcasses. Not too hard of a guess given the title, but still. Jesus Christ, what is all this? Oh. It appears to be some kind of fueling station. I've seen automobiles demonstrated at Mr. Yarum and Mr. Simmons' works, but the smell here is all wrong. This isn't petroleum, of that I'm sure. Everything suggests to me that this machine must be significant in some way. Okay, we have machinery and pigs. So... Okay. This appears to be some kind of oil pump. I can't use it yet. This leads out to here, so I imagine we have to pour oil into something and then bring the oil receptacle to fuel something? I don't know. But either way, I have nothing to do in this room unless I think I could interact with this. Oh. It's barred. So I think that leaves us only... Wait, what am I getting stuck on? That leaves us only a few ways to go, which is this door. Oh yeah, that one is blocked, so this is the only way to go. Can't play with the pig carcasses too much. Whoa, what the fuck? That freaked me out, because I don't think I touched either of those. It's all the wind, Daniel. Damn it, why I keep calling him Daniel. Let's try to get a Newton's cradle going here. No, they wouldn't even reach far enough anyway. Actually, can I string this one up? Come on, just let me do it. I want to make a Newton's cradle with pig carcasses. Can't do it. They hate science too much. They hate physics. Game is a real vendetta against Newton. Okay, that door opens up. Oh, and we have a note. Imagine, they say, a machine one day that might think like a man, as if this is to be desired. One might almost boast of creating a man who breathes like a pig. Men and women upon all fours, rutting carelessly, ejaculating their filthy little missives into the streets. Alleys and gutters running freely with the careless spill of their conjoinings. The air thick with the whimperings of lust. Bodies streaked with their own emissions. We have created a world where man is so utterly debased he will spray his seed over passers-by. And yet this is the condition Babbage aspired to. No, this is not the machine we seek. Such an entity should be nothing less than a deity, and we would fall upon our knees and worship it. We shall not carve gods to bicker and fornicate. They will exist to clean the world and set us free. I reject Babbage, as I reject these men of government. Let the pigs copulate in the gutters whilst they can. We shall scoop them up and ease their ascension soon enough. The tone between these notes varies so wildly. This one, it feels like it's filled with a real contempt and hostility. Imagine, they say, a machine one day that might think like a man. I'm getting a better idea of what this is all leading towards based upon that. And all of these messages about reanimating corpses with electrical stimulation. And that was just really, really graphic. Man, what a messed up world this is. I love the setting, though. I love the imagery in the setting way, way more than The Dark Descent right now. The only thing that I really loved, like narrative-wise, about The Dark Descent was how particularly inspired by Lovecraft's mythos that all was. But this, it feels good on its own merits, and it doesn't feel like it's aspiring to be The Dark Descent 2. It's kind of falling into its own groove here. There are things that I don't like about the gameplay so far, but I guess I'll talk more about what I don't like about the gameplay and maybe a little bit of Lovecraft either next episode or the episode after. For now, though, I'm not rounding this corner. Until then, thanks for watching, everyone. Take it easy. Have a good one.